Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. SOS here, and we are on the next episode 2 of our No Man's Sky playthrough. We accomplished a lot in the first episode, and my apologies if it was a little bit too educational. I did explain quite a lot. It's a tough game to learn, so I want to take the time for the new players out there to understand some of the complicated mechanics of the game. This episode will be a little bit less, I promise, because I do want you to kind of explore the game on your own too, and get a feel for your own No Man's Sky space adventure. But yeah, so again, leave a comment if you like the pace of the game, or if you have any suggestions. I'm always open to feedback, so leave a comment, leave a like on the video if you enjoy what you're watching, and subscribe if you're a new watcher, new viewer, and welcome. Anyway, here we are. So I did a few things in between episodes. I left a pinned comment on my last episode saying don't sleep on those salvaged I always forget what they're called. Salvage data? Salvaged... Oh, I got a bunch, so I can tell you. Salvage data, yeah. Don't sleep on those, especially at this point in the game before you go to the space station. After you built your base and you've got your construction research center, construction research unit here, just go out, explore, find a bunch of those salvage data modules. I don't know if I showed you, I think I did. If you use your scanner, just look around. That's debris. Usually you'll find a little white icon with, it looks like a Wi-Fi symbol. That's salvage data. It's always buried underground, so you have to go dig it up with your terrain manipulator. But first of all, to unlock some of these base modules, these devices, you'll want that early game. But also, they sell for quite a lot. So what I did, based on my own suggestion, essentially from the pinned comment, is I went out and for 2 hours explored this planet. Basically, I just went south, and I kept going south, scanning with my visor, looking for buried technology, and also gathered. I prioritized carbon, oxygen, dihydrogen, and anything special along the way. I found some mineral deposits underground, organic structures underground. Don't touch these humming sacs. And if you've done that already, and I didn't warn you about that, I apologize. Maybe I'll show you what that does later on. But basically, those are like eggs, and the creatures that lay those eggs are not very friendly. Also, I scanned all the minerals and the animals that I ran across, and all the plants to get some credits going. But let me give you an update on where we are so far. This in my starship is basically what I gathered from those 2 hours. I have, what is that, 30, 60, 90, 110 salvage data. And I had more. I had more salvage data, but I used it at the construction research unit to unlock some buildable technology. Save beacon, signal booster, health station, battery, solar panel, hazard protection. So I'm not going to use all these things, but might as well unlock it, right? While I have all the salvage data. I didn't do much of the aesthetic or different style base stuff. I'm not going to do that yet. So, the timber's good for me for now. There's all kinds of things you can get to: stone, alloy, just to change how your base looks, and you can build different types of structures. But I don't care about that right now. I just want to get on with my missions, so I can explore more of the universe, right? You'll notice my teleporter's on. I haven't used it yet because I haven't really been anywhere else besides this base. I did install this battery here to store the energy. So a battery will store energy for you. An ideal setup would be to have like a solar panel on top here, harvesting energy from the sun when the sun's out. It hasn't been out today, has it? And then storing it in this battery, and then the battery will power the teleporter, whatever other electronics you have in your base. And then I have this biofuel reactor hooked into the battery too, in case the sun's not out and the battery runs out of power. Not likely, but I have it in case I need it. So, a little touch I added to the base, and I put a save beacon. And that just basically creates a save point in the base, so you don't have to... Otherwise, the only way you really save the game is by getting in and then out of your ship. Every time you get out of your ship, if enough time has passed, it makes a save. I think it's every 30 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. But I'd rather save inside my base so that when I reload the game, I'm not standing outside in the elements. One other thing I discovered... Okay, so back to what I found. All the salvage data, 110, not counting what I already spent, a bunch of mineral deposits underground that when you mine and analyze, they turn into these precious resources. Dirty bronze, I found tons of that, dirty bronze. Lemium, any of these yellow highlighted things are basically precious resources. You can use them in crafting recipes, but the things you craft with them are just used for selling. There's not many recipes that use them for anything useful. So I'm going to sell all of it and all this extra salvage data. I might save some. I might save like 20 in case there's more technology down the road that I can unlock, but I'm going to sell most of them. Relics. I'm going to save the navigation data in the microprocessor since those are going to be useful soon. But yeah, I mean, a full stack of 30 salvage data is 1.5 million units. I only have 25,000 units right now. So it's a no-brainer. It's a great way to jumpstart your personal economy. So, the other thing I did is I crafted some Starship launch fuel. I'm going to leave that in my Starship. This tritium, I don't even know how I got that. I must have found that in a cargo container, but usually you have to mine that from asteroids. But that stuff is fuel. Like Starship launch fuel is for my thrusters up here. Every time you take off, it takes 25% of your thruster. And if you want to take off, you have to fuel it if you've run out. And the tritium will power your pulse engine, which you use to pulse jump while you're in space. So I'm going to keep that stuff in my Starship. The stuff I keep in my exosuit are like the elements. Because you use those for a lot of crafting recipes, and I just want to always have those on hand. I did find an ion battery which can be used to charge your hazard protection instead of sodium if you want. Sodium is more cost efficient because you can use however much sodium to refill the whole thing. This one ion battery will fill it up, so don't use it unless you're very low. Same with life support. That goes for your life support suit, this life support gel. Oxygen's more cost efficient, but if you're almost out, use one of these. It would be handy. And I found some projectile ammunition. You're not going to use that now, but later on when you have weapons on your multi-tool, you'll be able to use that. I'll just keep that stuff. Basically elements. 2 more quick tips, okay, and then I promise we'll go to the space station. If you hit the start button, the log has your mission and your mission progress. Up here's primary missions, so they want us to go to the space station. We're gonna do that. But I did find a drop pod which shows up under secondary missions. And basically what this is, it's a it's a drop pod, like almost like the lunar landing module from Apollo missions, but inside is an exosuit upgrade, but you have to repair the damaged pod in order to get your exosuit upgrade. And that'll just give you an extra slot of inventory space in your exosuit. I didn't have the stuff to fix it, so I didn't do anything with it, but I can go back to that as it's listed under my mission. So if I have it selected and you look up at the compass there, you can see it's in this direction, damaged drop pod. So I can go back to it when I want to. But for now, we're going to stay on our main missions. And then the last tip is if you tab over to discoveries on this planet that I've been on, I've discovered 10, almost all of the fauna on the planet, 10 out of 11. If you click in there, it'll tell you, you know, what you've discovered and what's left to be discovered. An uncommon underground animal is left. Haven't found it yet, but if you do find all, you see this little note here, complete to receive 2,750 nanites. That is a lot. I only have just shy of 300, and I found a bunch of damaged machinery, which is where you get nanites. 2,750 would be a huge bonus. I just couldn't find that underground animal. But do that to every planet you go to. Check how many animals there are and how many you've scanned and discovered. I'll tell you later what the nanites are used for. It's a currency, different than credits, but I will show you as we get to it. But it's definitely worth doing. And sometimes if you're lucky enough, you'll get it done before you leave the planet, go to the space station, all that stuff. But anyway, I'm done with this planet for now. I've spent way too long here, so I'm gonna get in my spaceship and let's go. See, my launch thrusters are 0 now. So you fly straight up, and then this little icon over there is the space station. You can just aim at it and pulse engine, left and right bumper, and away you go. So as you get closer, it will stop your pulse engine, but you can use B to boost. And then once you get close enough, it will lock on and pull you in automatically. So I'm not flying at all at this point. There you go. Now you can push X to get out. And you're in the space station. And this is the first contact we've made with intelligent life besides ourselves, right? We've seen aliens, but now there are actually life forms, intelligent life forms we can interact with. So every space station layout is the same, okay? You come in through this giant bay, okay? And if you're facing out, on the right side is technology for your exosuit first. Right here, first bay is exosuit. These are exocrafts, so vehicles you can drive and fly around on the surface of planets. And your starship technology, and your multi-tool technology. And every vendor has a multi-tool that they're selling. Take a look at this one. Class C, Poem of the Dance. We have, and it's not much of an upgrade over the one we have, so I'm not going to touch it. And this is where the nanites are spent. Technology to improve your exosuit, or your exocraft, or your starship, or your multi-tool. You buy and sell those with nanites. Over here is where you can modify your starship outfitting. You can improve the storage if you have the necessary parts, or you can, I'll just show you. So you can ask it to tell you where to find upgrades, upgrade starship. You can apply augmentation, which increases your storage if you have the necessary parts. Buy storage for units, that's crazy expensive. And you can even upgrade your class with nanites, also crazy expensive. Don't need to do any of that right now. And what they mean by upgrade is, right now we're a Class C ship, which is the lowest. You can find a Class B and a Class A, and the highest is Class S. We'll be looking for those a little bit later. A Class C ship is perfect for us for now. And then this other station over here is the appearance modifier. I'm gonna take a quick second to use this appearance modifier and just change a few things, because I like a certain aesthetic. Basically, I like to have all of my equipment black. Don't like all the colors. I'm gonna do that really quickly. Just take me a second. And I even like to have, you can put a cape. So I'm gonna have this cape for now, and again, I'm gonna do it all black. There we go. That's all I'm gonna do for now. I'm gonna save that. This makes me feel like I'm playing No Man's Sky now. Okay. Now everyone who spawns in will have a random appearance. So you can just go to the appearance modifier at any space station and change it to your liking. This is good for me. There's more to this side of the space station. Every space station will have this area, but it will look different depending on what kind of space station you're in. I'm not going to get into that too much because I hardly ever go here. But I'll let you explore that on your own. On the other side of the space station, which you can walk to or jetpack to if you have enough jetpack fuel. Ooh, just barely had enough. There's a few things. There's this galactic trade terminal. This is where you're going to be buying and selling for the majority with your credits. So I'm going to be selling most of my stuff here that I have in my starship. And then this is on this side is faction stuff. So before I get into that, there are 3 intelligent life forms across the universe. These little tiny bug or lizard looking guys are called Geks. This guy right here, this tall, mean mugging, ugly son of a biscuit, is a Vy'keen. And then I don't see any in this space station. There's another Vy'keen there, more Geks. The other life form is a Korvax, which is basically a robot. They're AI entities. But every star system has a predominant life form. This one that we're in, I'm in the SOS system right here, dominant life form Gek. These 3 symbols tell you a little bit about the system that you're in. Conflict level is critical, meaning there's a high chance that you run into like a random pirate encounter while you're in space, something like that. And then they have an economy symbol, high voltage sustainable. The words are kind of coded, but there's 3 stars. There's a 1-star economy, which isn't great, 2-star medium, 3-star economy is booming. And why that's significant is what you can buy and sell over at these terminals. It's a little more in depth than that. I'm not gonna go all into it, but what we're gonna do right now, access this terminal. You can see right now I'm in my exosuit inventory, but most of the stuff I'm gonna sell is in my starship. So just push X, and then I'm gonna click sell. So if I sell all 110, I'll get 5.9 million credits. That's or units. I keep saying credits. That's a lot. I want to hang on to some of these, so I'm going to keep 20 and I'm going to sell 90 for 4.8 million. That's still pretty good. Be careful when you sell, because it doesn't look like much changed, but now it's saying I only have 20. I don't want to hit that again and sell everything. I do want to sell all these vortex cubes. I don't need those. I'm tempted to keep the crystal sulfide because that's hard to find naturally. It's only found underwater. But I'm not going to need that for a while. Keep the launch fuel. I need that. The marrow bulbs I don't need for anything. Sell the lemium, sell the grantine, sell the Gek relics. Keep the tritium. That's fuel for my pulse engine. Dirty bronze I can sell. Magna gold. And I'm going to keep the rest. Microprocessors I will use in recipes pretty soon. Navigation data I can use for certain things. I'm going to keep those. Basically, you trade these with cartographers on the space station. So I'm going to hang on to those. But now I have, as you see, 5.4 million units. That is great to start out with. That's a lot. Is my head purple? No, that's just the lighting. You'll notice that while you're staying at the space station, milestone earned. Okay, I don't know why that's a magnate. You get milestones for certain, milestones that you pass, and I guess collecting money, yeah, I got one. But anyway, as we're here at the space station, you will see other ships come and go. You can also trade with those pilots if you hop down there and talk to them. You could even also negotiate with them for their spaceship. I'm ambulatory. I traveled 15 Ks. Kilometers? I don't know. So anyway, that's the economy piece with the buy station or whatever, galactic trade terminal. So this is faction missions that you can do for the Gek faction. We're gonna do that later, so I'm not gonna do that right now. This is the rewards board after you do your faction missions. But this is the cartographer. And the cartographer, every cartographer, will sell you... Oh, they want me to ask about other travelers. This life form occupies an important position. At first glance, they do not seem particularly interested in me. Perhaps the code will change their mind, so I'll ask them about other travelers. They don't recognize what I'm saying. We continue to misunderstand. Ah, that's too bad. But now I can talk to them about other things. You'll notice it's a different language. I don't know the Gek language, but I can learn it over time. Okay. They don't want me to do the cartographer yet. They want me to ask around, so... Before I do that, as you see, other travelers, other aliens have stopped by the space station. If you use your scanner, that's my starship, Radiant Pillar BC-1, Class C. You see name, then class. It's a fighter, and it's a C class. There are different types of starships. This one here is a shuttle, also a Class C. Its value is 4.4 million units. This one here is an Explorer, Class C, 4.1 million. If I go down and talk to this Gek who pilots the ship, the trader is excited. They peck at a list of cargo carried in their hold. They make it clear the starship is also for sale. So you can offer to trade. This is just buying and selling stuff like we did at the Galactic Trade Terminal. Okay? Or you can make an offer on their starship. So it'll show you their starship, where it's got installed, what cargo it has. If you click negotiate price, you've got two options. You can buy it outright for 4.1 million, or you can exchange your ship for theirs and you pay the difference. If your ship is way more valuable than theirs, this will go to zero. They don't pay you. You don't get money. You pay whatever the deficit is up until your ship is more valuable, in which case it's an even trade. Unfortunately. But I don't want to do that. I like my ship the way it is right now. We will upgrade it at some point, but it's a cool ship design. I like it. You can find other fighters. There's let's see, 5 now or 6 types of ships. Ones that you'll find at space stations like this, there's probably 4. There's fighters like mine, shuttles like that one over there. Ooh, a Class A shuttle. I didn't expect to see that. Explorers, and then solar ships. So fighters, what it sounds like, they fight. Their specialty is dogfighting and ship-to-ship combat. The shuttles are kind of a good all-around ship. They're usually cheap. It doesn't seem like 18 million seems like a lot, but it's a Class A, so they get very expensive. They're kind of an all-around, not good at anything, but decent at everything. The Explorers are meant for travel. Wow, Class A. So hyperdrive is usually their focus. We'll talk more about hyperdrive later on. And then this is a hauler. And that's another Class A. What is this? Class A's everywhere. But the hauler is meant for carrying. As you can see, the numbers next to the letter. A 36 plus 18 means it has 36 cargo slots, 18 technology slots. Compare that to my fighter. I only have 25 cargo slots and 13 technology. So the haulers are meant for cargo. And that's what they're good at. Alright, I'm going to talk to some more life forms. The life form chatters away, assessing me with beady, inquisitive eyes, but when I blink, I see that same red light that stared at me at the distress beacon. So I repeat the number 60. We are watching you, traveler friend. Find what we left. Although the alien speaks, the words are not their own. A string of code is echoed back to me through the red glare, logged directly to my exosuit. The crimson light fades away, and I see the life form blinking at me expectantly. Whatever has happened, they do not appear to have seen it. I should leave. Perhaps my base computer would be able to make something of this code. Cool. So then this tells you a little bit about the space station, which we already talked about, which is good. The teleporter here is always on the left side, again, if you're facing out. And this will take you to any places you've already been. In this case, I can go back to my starter base. Keep in mind, you don't need a teleporter at your base to teleport to your base. But you would need a teleporter at your base to teleport away from your base, obviously. But yeah, even if you don't have a teleporter, you can still teleport back to your base. Let's talk to the cartographer for a second. Traces of fear and surprise behind their eyes. They have nothing more to say. Okay. I can't do the cartographer yet, so I'll have to wait to explain that. But there are a handful of things you should do at every space station when you visit for the first time. Okay? Number one. This is what I usually do. This is my routine. I get out of my ship, I go right to the right. Number one is visit this exosuit. Every space station when you visit for the first time has an exosuit upgrade available to buy. Only once. But you can apply it to technology or you can apply it to cargo. For now, I just want to increase my cargo space because I don't have much. So I'm going to do that. And every time you do it, it costs a little bit of units. Didn't this time, it's my first one. Okay, so that's number one. Go get your exosuit inventory upgrade. If it's your first time at the space station. Number two, while I'm here, is I'll check each of these vendors for upgrades to my technology to see what kind of upgrades they have. He offers installable exosuit upgrades. More gibberish. So here is where nanites are important. You can buy and sell upgrades, and they upgrade different things. Like this would upgrade my life support, so I have life support longer. Movement upgrades my jetpacks. You can read each of these to see exactly what they do. For me, don't generally bother spending nanites on B, C, or even A level upgrades. My main concern is the level S, these gold ones. And so when I go to a space station, I look for what class S upgrades does each vendor have. If this one of note that I want to visit later on, I might make a note of it at my base. And I'll show you how to do that later, but nothing good here. I mean, underwater protection is good, radiation protection is good, but I'm not going to be in those situations anytime soon. Let's check Starship technology. Installable Starship upgrades. Again, I'm skipping all the C class, but you can get upgrades for launch thrusters, pulse engine, hyperdrive, even your weapons. This has an S-class shield module. That's it. Not really interested in that right now. And then I'll check the technology one. For multi-tool. Scatter blaster. That's good if I had a scatter blaster, but I don't. Pulse spitter, also good, but I don't have that either. But at this point, we only have not even 300 nanites, so we don't have enough to really buy a lot of these things. So I generally say let's save them. So number one, new space station, I go to the exosuit and get my upgrade. Number two is I check all of the merchants to see what S-class upgrades they have. And number three, I go to this side. And I check the Galactic Trade Terminal. And I buy, if I have the money, which we did, we do, I buy the elements that they have for sale. No matter what they are. Because when you've got some money going, you don't have to farm all the stuff from the planet surface. There's no reason I should have to farm for ferrite dust. I've got money, I can buy it. I'm gonna buy everything they have for ferrite dust, everything for cobalt. These are crafting ingredients. I can make my own of these. Microprocessors you can't. Wiring looms you can't. Oh, I'm sorry. Microprocessors you can craft later on. But wiring looms you never can. You never can craft those. So you're gonna have to buy those at some point. I don't need them right now, but I'll have to come back eventually. I'll buy the platinum, even though it's expensive. I'll buy all the phosphorus. And we'll see what the price... Yeah, I'll buy that too. So every time I go to the Galactic Trade Terminal and I see what elements they have for sale, and I buy them all. So that's number 3. And then there's one more thing. I mean, if you look around, there's some things that you can interact with, like this here. Gave me a navigation data. That seemed to have gone. Usually when you acquire something new, it'll look for a place that you already have that to stack. So it just went right here into my starship. And as far as moving things back and forth from starship to exosuit, whatever you're comfortable with, I like to keep all the elements in my exosuit, so they're always with me. Along with any exosuit technology like this ion battery and the life support and the projectile. Starship, I like to keep the fuel in the starship, as well as the extra stuff that I'm gonna sell or that I don't need right away, but I can use later. Okay, let's go back to our base. And here we are. So we're going to interact with the base computer. Archive is terminated. Select new task. Begin decryption. 16. Message follows. Traveler finds their wings. Fly to us and claim your place among the stars. Ooh. Life signs detected. Reach the decoded coordinates. Oops, how do I get out of my base? There we go. Where is my ship? So I've got to refuel my launch thrusters. So like I said earlier, I've got launch fuel to do that. And away we go. Fly towards the signal. As you fly towards a signal, you'll see that it tells you how long it's going to take to get there. 30 seconds at the speed. We can wait that. Or, if we're impatient, you can leave the planet's atmosphere and then use your pulse engines. Just aim at the location. And then use your pulse engines to go to it. In this case, we're too close to the planet, but if it were like way over there on the edge of the planet or even on a different planet, that would be way faster. But even just leaving the atmosphere and then coming down from the top will save you a few seconds. I started to mention this in the last episode, but a lot of these story missions will have you go to a location, but they don't know exactly where that location is going to be, or at least in the story you don't know. So they say approximate location. You've got to land, get out of your ship, and then use your tracking visor to find exactly where they want you to go. Well, a nice little trick for that is just get to that spot and then look around for a structure, because generally they're trying to get you to go to some sort of building or structure or location like that. So I just do a couple quick circles. That's probably this. This crashed freighter. With these little landing pads, if it's green, just push X. And you'll just land right there. The nice thing about these landing pads is it doesn't cost any launch fuel to take off from them. And if you're out and about and see one of these, you can use a navigation data, which is these things here. You can spend one of those to have your ship come there and dock, and it costs nothing. No launch fuel or anything like that. Those are some strange noises. Anyway, with that landing thing, there were those green circles. If they were blue, you can't land yet. You gotta wait till they're green. Let me interact with this. Wings of the anomaly. Log damage, partial records available. The signal has led me to the wreck of a freighter. Colossal fragments of metal scattered across the landscape. Were these messages nothing but the misfiring circuits of a long-forgotten ruin? Nestled among the debris, I find the pilot's log, awaiting input. Alright, let's request it. Instead of displaying the ship's log, the terminal spits out a strange sequence of numbers, followed by a short message. The anomaly comes for the stars. Take flight. A schematic for a hyperdrive is attached to the end of the message. Ooh, hyperdrive. Pull the blueprint, but this hyperdrive blueprint is for a conventional starship, not a freighter of the size. Someone placed this here after the crash, hoping it would be found. So we see I need chromatic metal and microprocessors. So it's a good thing I saved a couple microprocessors. So with these crashed freighters, with every crashed freighter, you might come across these. I'll do the hyperdrive installation in a minute. You might come across these crashed freighters by chance or on purpose, which we'll learn about later on. But every one of these crashed freighter sites has 6 underground cargo pods. If I use my visor here, you can see cargo pod. There's one there, there's one there. I'll show you where all of them are. They're all in the same places, basically. So from the middle, you get this little, where is it? This little wing here with a big empty space in the middle. Okay, there's one in here. If I look down, there's a cargo pod. Take out your terrain manipulator. And there it is. Looks like the galactic terminal. Now, be careful with this, because as soon as you actually open the pod to take out what's in there, radiation will leak out and you will take damage. Your hazard protection will go way down and you'll take damage. So, if you access it, there'll be stuff to remove, some blockages. I don't want to take this. I'll just hold right stick to delete it. But as soon as I delete this one, I'm going to be moving away from the area. Just see that yellow bar above my hazard protection? That's just radiation. If I get too close, it will cause me damage. Anyway, I got nanites out of that. These cargo pods have a lot of good stuff, expensive stuff, helpful stuff. That one was nanites, but there's better ones. So you get the one in the wing there with the empty space. There's one on the outside. Basically around this area. There it is, right there. Now, you may not be facing the front, but it's fine. As long as you get close and look at it, you'll be able to interact with it. Okay, I'm going to remove the blockages. And then run. That one gave me Starship launch fuel. That's handy. Alright, so that's 2. The other 4 cargo pods are in this middle section. So I'm going to go over here. And you can see 2 of them. One's in this corner where that door is. Okay, and then one's in this door. Basically 2 different rooms. So access these. There's a damaged panel, so you can just use your mining beam to break that. There's damaged panels on either side. Alright, let's access this one. Nanites. Run! Radiation. Just nanites that time. Usually there's much better stuff in here. Maybe it's because it's our first crash freighter. Right, here's the fourth one. You know, you could keep that. Run! You can keep those, like, viscous fluids and whatever and sell them, but I don't know, they don't give you that much. So, alright, that's 3 and 4 over there. There's one underneath the center portion right here. There's a little damage panel. You can just break that, and you see the top of it sticking out. Just get close enough, and you should be able to interact with it. There we go. Yeah, this living slime especially goes for a good amount, but I just don't feel like dealing with it. Ooh, more launch fuel. That's good. And the last one is right around this area. So you've got the 2 in the back, the 1 in the middle, and then the 1 to the left side here. Cargo bot right there. Okay. So get out your terrain manipulator and break some of this top soil. And you'll see this steel reinforced bit. It's like a broken wall. Break that. And then there you go. It's buried some more, but I'm close enough I can interact with it. Antimatter housing. That's good. It's actually really good because that cargo drop pod we saw before needed antimatter housing to fix. So I'm going to select that right now. And I'm going to go right there. Actually, I need sodium nitrate as well. Okay, if I make a metal plate. So to get sodium nitrate, a lot of the elements are just refined versions of others, like condensed carbon is a refined version of carbon. Same is true for sodium nitrate. I only have 4. I need 10, I think it said, for that drop pod. Is that right? Yeah, so basically I need to refine some more sodium. I'm going to make a refiner real quick while I'm here. It's the metal plate and oxygen. Okay, and I'm going to quickly refine. I don't need a lot of energy. I'm going to quickly refine some sodium into sodium nitrate. It's 2-to-1 ratio. I don't really keep a lot of sodium nitrate on hand because I could always refine it if I need to. And I might just save this refiner, even though I have one at my base already. Probably just throw it in my starship. If you're close enough to your starship, you can move stuff back and forth. I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm gonna put this in the starship though. And what else did I need for the oops. Antimatter housing, carbon nanotubes. You can craft that from carbon, so I'm good to go there. Let's go to this drop pod, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, a minute. I'm not going to boost on the planet surface for a minute, so I'm going to leave the atmosphere real quick. Have I been on this planet? Probably not. Let's see if it would let me scan it. Yep. Boggy planet. Okay. Oh, look at that, tritium-rich asteroid. So, you have weapons on your starship. I haven't mentioned this. You've got a photon cannon and a rocket launcher by default. That's already installed. So while you're flying around, just push A. That's your photon cannon. Push Y to change weapon. That's your rocket launcher. Okay? Well, that's useful for space fights, of course. but it's also useful for gathering resources in space. These asteroids you can shoot, and they give you resources. Like that one gave me a lot of tritium. The scan that my starship did said that was a tritium-rich asteroid. You'll find a lot of different minerals in these asteroids, tritium being the most common, but also gold, silver, platinum, a few other things. So I'm gonna collect some gold, all this huge asteroids right here. Why not? Same as your mining laser, you want to be careful about overheating your photon cannons. Ah, I overheated it. Collected a good amount of gold there. Alright, let's focus. Let's focus on our mission. Too close to the planet, so I'll just have to use my B boost. Alright. Slow down and X to land. There we go. Yeah, my helmet seems to be a different color. It's not black. I don't care. It still looks cool. So there's a little space that'll protect you from the elements in here. And exosuit upgrade module. You just need to repair the bits that are damaged. Oh, I do need a carbon nanotube. Make one of those. I think I'll keep the gold in my exosuit for now. Carbon nanotube. Alright. Fix that. Fix that. Fix that. Now I can expand my exosuit one more spot. Looking good. Oh yes, let's put that in my starship. That's starship fuel. I don't know why I seem to be bouncing around a lot in the background. Is there a storm? What's going on? Just windy? Alright, that's done. Let's go back to this mission, install the hyperdrive. Alright, so I'm not going to be able to fully install it because there's pieces that I need that I don't have, but let's go ahead and you can click on a technology spot and it will show you what technology you have available to install. In this case, hyperdrive. I need chromatic metal, which I have plenty of. Harvested a bunch of copper while I was looking for buried technology. But I need 3 more microprocessors, and I don't have those. So I have to go back to the space station. You'll see occasionally new guide entries unlocked. This one is about making money. If you push start, it'll tell you all the different things you can do to make money. Yeah, none of those are super helpful. So my tip, get those salvage data from the underground or for the buried technology and just get a bunch of those. Like I said, 2 hours and I got 110. It was easy, put your favorite music on and just collect some buried technology. And I got $5 million just from that, among other things. You're gonna need a lot more money than that throughout the game. 5 million is kind of chump change in the grand scheme of things, but it's enough to get you, the microprocessors you need and the wiring looms and the elements that you find at the space stations. Alright, so I need 3, at least, microprocessors. I'll buy 3 of those. Yeah, I'll just do 3 for now. There. And acquire components like chromatic metal, which I already have, so that should update in just a second. I'm just going to install the microprocessors, and maybe that will fix the mission progress there. There we go. Objective complete. Hyperdrive is installed. So now return to your ship. Ooh. Auto diagnostics. Hyperdrive installed. Hyperdrive fuel status empty. Well, that's not going to work. Hyperdrive is complete. Perhaps I really will find answers out there amidst the stars, but without warp cells, I will be going nowhere. I need to find a source of antimatter. Tune scanner to antimatter. So I use my starship scanner with the left stick. Okay. I gotta be in orbit. I did not read it. Alright, now that I am... Okay, antimatter trace detected, target locked. So we navigate towards that. It's on this planet. And this is where I started our journey, so let's go back. You can see on the bottom right, my pulse drive is running out of fuel. It's almost out. You would recharge that in here with tritium. I'm gonna do that real quick. So, occasionally in space, you will come across asteroid belts, like dense groups of asteroids. Usually I find them around the space station. That is a great place to get tritium. Gold, silver, platinum. You could do that for some early money, early game money, selling the gold and the silver and the platinum. I'd hang on to the tritium just for fuel, but I still think the salvage data is the easier way for now, and then you can find much better ways later on. You know, here's a building close to the mission destination, so I'm guessing they want me to go here. I'm just going to do a quick circle around to see if there's any landing spots. No? Alright. It's alright. I'll just land right here. That's fine. Open up these crates. You can save the rusted metal and refine it into ferrite dust. I don't feel the need to do that. I got enough money I can buy ferrite dust if I really need it. This gives you navigation data, I believe. Yeah, okay. And it saves your progress. That's handy. So, let's see. These here. They're red for a good reason. Those some animals I haven't scanned. I'll try to do that in a second. Actually, let's do that now while I'm right here. There we go. 3,000 for those. Okay, so here's the thing with these, right? This is similar to the humming sacks, okay? These are called whispering eggs. They are very valuable. So a very good way to get some early money. If you just grab them, though, I'm tempted to show you what happens, but I'm also scared to show you what happens. But if you just grab them, a bunch of creatures will come out. And basically they won't take too kindly to you grabbing them. We'll do that in a second. We go in here first. Ow. What is that? Hazardous flora. See that hanging from the wall there. Alright. Oh, Korvax casing. Alright, let's search this little box. Oxygen. gonna get rid of this residual goop. Terminal online. Selecting key, decrypting. Success! The terminal is clogged with an unnerving, pulsating slime. Nevertheless, it appears to function. As I touch the input panel, the alien substance reacts violently. Make a note to avoid getting closer. The device opens, revealing a single unblinking crimson eye. It prints out a blueprint for antimatter, accompanied by a strange message. You will find us when the time is right. And then 16, 16, 16, 16, 16, yeah. Oh, I just need, chromatic metal and condensed carbon. I have enough of both of those to craft antimatter. That's good. Can I interact with this? Restore shield. Cool. Research specimen. Oh, standing increased. Alright. So, quick note about standing. If you are not on good enough terms with whatever dominant life form, they won't give you missions at the space station. And if you're bad enough, like your standing is low enough with them, they might attack you on sight in space. So that's something to be aware of. Alright, so I'll craft this antimatter in a second, but I am going to show you how to harvest these eggs in a relatively safe way. We're going to get out our terrain manipulator, and what we're going to do, I'm going to use the medium bulb, and I'm going to tunnel underneath these nests, if that's what they are. Basically, they are. Carefully. Okay. To, like, the center.
Ground protection fully.
Probably not. I don't know if the terrain manipulator can actually hurt these eggs. I don't think it can now that I'm doing this. Basically what I'm doing is tunneling underneath the nests and the eggs. To the center. Setting up a sort of trap. Once you interact with the eggs, they will drop and roll, essentially. And they'll be tricky to get your hands on, especially with what happens next. But if you set up a little path for them to roll down to, and you kind of stand in the middle, you should be pretty safe. We're gonna test it. We're gonna find out. I'm not gonna advise you to do something that I would not do myself, right? Alright, any more of these nests, or no, I think we're good. So then basically what you can do, you want to stand underneath here. Hold on. Make this a little bit wider. And then you want to, boom. You see what comes out of the ground there? They're called abyssal horrors. You're not really catching a good glimpse of them, but one of them should come across. Yeah, look at these things. Ugly, right? They do a lot of damage. You don't want to mess with these little scorpion things. Okay, that one didn't come down to me. Okay. You only have like a second or two to collect it too once it drops. So you really kind of have to be standing directly under it. Oh, there's only a couple eggs on that side. Okay. Oh boy. This guy figured out how to get down here. Okay. They do die. You can kill them. But ideally, you don't want them coming down here. Oh boy. Okay. I don't think they like to... Oh boy. I don't think they like to come down here. So... you just hit them with the laser a little bit, I think that's enough to deter them. But this is a dangerous practice. It really is. Like, you can try to set it up in a safe way, but it's just a dangerous thing to do. No way around it. I swear I hear one inside this area with me. Also, there's no way I already hit all 4 nests. But maybe I did. No, still. Yep, here comes another one. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna test my luck too much here. Ah! One's behind me. Okay. Yep, I'm getting out of here. I don't need them all. It's just an example of what you can do. You're safe in your ship. If you can make it there, you'll be okay in there. They can't hurt your ship. Try as they may. And this will give you a better look at them, too. Abyssal horrors. Anyway. So, we need to craft antimatter, right? Create antimatter. Alright, I'll do that right here. Chromatic metal and condensed carbon, I got that. Assemble the antimatter housing. Okay. Oxygen and ferrite dust, I got plenty of both of those. So basically you need antimatter housing and antimatter in order to craft a warp cell. And then once you craft a warp cell, you can use that to charge your hyperdrive.
Technology recharge.
Well, it gives you 25%, but that's enough for what we're doing now. I did take damage from these guys. Alright, I'm getting out of here. Alright, the next thing it wants you to do is launch into space to test your interstellar travel. Galaxy Map offers a wealth of information about nearby planetary systems. Browse nearby systems or routes to choose your destination. So, to move between star systems, interstellar travel, you use the Galaxy Map. So you need warp fuel in your hyperdrive, which we have, and we can only jump, I'll show you, hyperdrive range 101 light years. Is the extent of our jump. So we can go further, obviously, we just need to make several stops along the way. We can go 101 light years in one go. And that can be expanded with technology upgrades, but for now, that's what we're limited to. So in order to take advantage of interstellar travel, just hit down on your D-pad and highlight the galaxy map, push A. And this is a representation of all of the star systems in your neighborhood of the galaxy. If you see in the top left, that's the visualization of the Euclid galaxy. We are on one of the arms, kind of like where Earth would be in the Milky Way. Close to the end of one of those spirals, right? And it tells you how far away you are from the galaxy core, 709,000 light years. For us to go only 100 light years at a time, that would take quite a long time to get there, right? To the core. But we don't care about that right now. As you're looking around at the neighborhood, it's locked into the star system you're on. You can plot routes to different destinations. Right now, it's set on galactic core. What that means is you see that yellow line going from the star system. If I use the right stick, not push it in, but move it in the direction of that line, it will highlight the next star system along the path to get where the destination is. In this case, to the galactic core. That's going to take quite a long time. As you can see, I mean, how many jumps did that chart out right there? 20? 15? We're not going to do that today. You can use left and right arrows to change which destination you're trying to get to. So this is our starting system right here. Free Explore will let you just look around at all the stars. If you have a mission, you can set that as your destination, or you can set custom waypoints. But right now it's locked in. Push B to enter Free Look, and now you can use your left and right sticks to look around at all the stars near you. So you can warp to any yellow star for now. You need upgrades to get to different types of stars. So like this green one here, can't go there. This yellow, green, red, and blue. And I can only go to yellow stars right now with my hyperdrive technology. So basically, we just need to pick a different star system. Doesn't matter which one. We've seen Korvax. No, I'm sorry. We've seen Gek and we've seen Viking. So let's go to a Korvax system. See the little picture underneath the system name? The name is Oisanm, and it's 35 light years away. And then the picture of the creature there. That's a Korvax. We've seen... That's Gek right there. We've seen Geks. And we've seen Vikings. The Viking symbol looks like that. An eye with like a... I don't know. Is that an eye? I don't know. That's Viking. So let's go to a Korvax system. Push A to select the system. And it kind of gives you... like there's 2 planets orbiting that star. That's not many. But let's go there anyway. And so you pick the system, hold A to warp. And away you go. Look at that, we're an interstellar traveler. The Oisanm system, discovered by Smoke 1432. So we're not the first person that's been to the star system. Interesting. And then here's what I was... Oop, hold on. Monitoring system reports error. Guidance system malfunction. Oh boy. Searching for other routes. Searching. Obtained. Destination in 1616. I don't know what KL's. Kilo light years? Oh, maybe. Accept new guidance? Sure. Guidance accepted. Plotting route. That's probably going to give me a new... Okay, yeah, a new destination to go to. Look at that planet. Looks like Earth a little bit, right? Let me scan it. Radioactive planet. Oh, okay. Nothing like Earth then. So this is what I was talking about. Near space stations, you'll often find these asteroid belts with tons of resources if you just have the patience. So I'm just going to go in here for a second. Focus on these tritium-rich asteroids. Gotta be careful in here too, because other ships might be in here harvesting these minerals. It's not just you in this asteroid field sometimes. So if you shoot another ship that's in there, you might have some negative impact to your standing with this dominant life form, which again is the Korvax. That's what we picked from the galaxy map. So I'm getting some silver, some gold, some tritium. You will also find platinum in here, but that's more rare. Just harvest for a minute. You see that I'm getting tritium hyperclusters. That's basically condensed tritium that I can break down. And then gold nuggets, same thing. It's gold condensed that I can break down for more gold. Alright, I think that's good. Let's go to the space station to do our routine with new space stations, right? Let's see, silver. I'll keep the silver gold in the starship for now because I don't have a ton of room in my... I'm analyzing these tritium hyperclusters and my tritium numbers going up there. Same with the gold nugget. Yeah, so I'll keep the platinum, the gold, and the silver in my starship. I'm gonna move the microprocessor to the starship, Corvex casing, and a larval core. So we got 9. They stack in 10, and they're only 69,000 units each, right? So that's why, I mean, we went through, it was a hassle, and it was dangerous. That's why the berry technology modules are the way to go for early game money, because, you know, they stack to 30, and a stack of 30 gets you, what, 1.5 million? So these are technically worth more each, I guess. If you do 30 of these, you would get, yeah, almost 2 million, 1.9 million or something like that. But it's just a hassle to get them. And berry technology, you're just wandering around, finding other resources along the way. So, all right, so our routine is go here first, get our exosuit upgrade. Right there is good. It was 15,000 units that time. It gets more and more expensive each time you do it. These are what Korvax look like. They're somewhat different helmets, but basically they're all these humanoid robot entities. So, exosuit upgrades. Ooh, life support module and movement module. These would be well worth getting. So there's a couple ways you can mark that, and especially when you first visit a system. In this case, we didn't discover this system, so we can't rename it, but if you are the first to set foot in this star system, you could rename the star system to be something like movement module and life support, or something like that, so that you know when you go there that's what's there. You could also make a base on a planet in the star system and name your base that, so you remember. This is a good one to go to, because I want both of those modules. I always skip the exocraft guy because I hardly ever use exocrafts. I always use my starship though. Now this guy has infra knife. Very good weapon, the infra knife. I just don't have it yet. Positron, phase beam. Less thrilled about those. Pulse engine module. Everyone uses the pulse engine though. That would be nice to have. So this is a good system for upgrades. So he's selling a Class C multi-tool. I mean, even though it's Class C right off the bat, you'll notice it's got way more slots than my multi-tool. Like if we compare, I only got, what, 8 slots? And this has 20. So, not that much money. I may just buy it. 1.9 million. I don't need it. Well, it does have a bolt caster. Yeah. And I just need to... Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. So I'll show you what it's like buying a new weapon. Compare the technologies, right? This has the scanner, the analysis visor, and the mining beam, which this other one has too. This has terrain manipulator. I want to keep that, even though I could always just install a new one. Why do that if I already have one? This has a bolt caster, so I want to keep that. So what I'm going to do is, before I buy this, I'm going to go into my multi-tool menu, and if you want to store a technology to put somewhere else, just highlight it and then hold Y. And what that does is make a little pre-install package that you can store in your cargo. I'm gonna buy this multi-tool for 1.9 million. 1.985, almost $2 million for a multi-tool. Isn't that crazy? I should have exchanged it, to be honest. There's no reason to keep the old one. Whatever, it's fine. So, once you have multiple multi-tools, you can push down on your D-pad and utilities and swap multi-tool. You can pick which one you're using at the moment. I'm going to be using this one. It's already selected, so I just push B. Go back. Now I can hold X over this pre-install package to install it somewhere. And I can put it on any slot in this new multi-tool. Of course, it's out of fuel now, so I'll have to recharge it, but it saves me from having to build it anew. So, there you go. I have a new multi-tool. I want to remember this station again because it's got a bunch of helpful upgrades I want to keep. So, it had life support, it had movement, and it had pulse engine. The other thing that you want to look for, and I didn't mention this yet because it hasn't come up in the story just yet, but there are other humanoid life forms you may come across. We didn't this time, but when we do, I'll point them out to you. And they give us something unique. So, anyway, let's see what's for sale here. This is our step number 3. Buy the ferrite dust, buy the cobalt. So these things at the top are economy specific. So there's different types of economies. I'll go into that in more detail later on, but they're only for trading. They're not used to make anything. There's no practical purpose. You just buy them here and sell them at a different star system that has a different economy, where these things are in high demand. You get a good price on these, you know, negative 8.2%, negative 5%. It means that's a favorable price for you because these are in low demand. There's a high supply. So if I wanted to, I could buy all these and bring them to a star system where they're in high demand and make a profit. That's kind of advanced money-making techniques. We don't need that right now, but I'll go into more detail about that when the time comes. These are all crafting materials. I can make those myself mostly, except for the wiring loom and the microprocessor for right now. I'll buy the silver and the chlorine and the pyrite and the phosphorus. Basically all the elements I buy if I have the money, because we do need all of these to craft something somewhere down the line, so I might as well have them. Pyrite is an exception. That's actually starship fuel. Instead of tritium, you can use pyrite to fuel your starship, and it's more efficient. The charge equipment with tritium or pyrite. In the middle there where it says energy. The same, basically it takes twice the amount of tritium as it does pyrite to fuel your pulse engine. So pyrite's more efficient, but they're both starship fuel. So I'm gonna go ahead and move the pyrite to my starship, because that's what it is. It's fuel for my starship, and the rest I'll keep in my exosuit. Before I leave the exchange terminal, I'm gonna go ahead and sell the larval cores. I'll keep the refiner in there. I'll keep the platinum and the gold and everything else pretty much. I'll sell the Corvax casing. There we go. What I wanted to show you before about the cartographer, and I guess I'll show you now. If I can talk to him. There we go. He looks up, scans me, and reveals their catalog of maps and charts. Okay. So, besides asking for help, there's 2 ways you can interact with the cartographer that gets you a... what are those called? Planetary chart. And we used those early on to find the hermetic seal, where that was. But there's different charts for different purposes. So if I go into exchange specific charts, there's a planetary chart. They're all planetary charts, mostly. This one's secret cartographic data. It finds a secure site of interest. Sometimes they hold blueprints for new products. There's the emergency cartographic data. You'll find crashed ships or crashed freighters. We'll go into more detail later on about that, because that's a good way of making money too. Commercial cartographic data, that will find you an outpost on the planet surface where you can buy and sell. It's kind of like a space station on the surface of a planet. Alien data, you'll use that to find ancient alien artifacts. We'll use those more later on. And then settlement, you can find a nearby settlement. You won't, I mean, you won't use these early on, but one thing I always do at a space station is, aside from spending your navigation data, man, I didn't mean to go in here again, but anyway, what the currency is navigation data. I only have like 3 or 4 of those right now. I can spend one to get the chart that I want, or I can get a random chart, purchase random map for 15 nanites. I always check which chart they're selling. This is a inhabited outpost chart. So I'll put that in my starship. I don't know that we'll ever use it. The ones that really interest me are the distress beacon charts and the alien charts. So let's say if this guy sold a distress beacon chart, I would mark that somehow at a base. Just like I'm going to mark the upgrade modules that they have over there. And you can use the teleporter to go to your other base that you have, or any other base that you set up, or any other space stations that you've been to. For some reason it's not showing up the previous space station that I was in, but I think that's a bug because that's done that to me the last few times I've played this game. You can travel to any space station you've already been to. Whoa, look at that planet. Looks cold. Freezing planet. Alright, we're not going there. We are going to this toxic one. Or radioactive one. Not like it's that much better. But, let's do it. Once I touch down on the surface, I'll put a base computer up and make a quick base. And I'll name the base Movement and what was it? Movement, Life Support, and Pulse Engine. And that way I can teleport right here to this system, and I know what I'll find at the space station. Yeah, I probably didn't mention this yet. All of the space station merchants sell the same stuff. Always. But they run out of inventory when you buy. Let's say I bought that movement module. It would be out of inventory. You have to go back later on to buy it again. For most upgrades, you can install 3 different upgrades for the same technology. Any more and your technology gets overloaded. So at some point I'll want 3 movement upgrades. Okay, I'm not seeing a structure. I'm just kind of flying around because once I land, if I'm taking off again, it's going to cost me launch fuel. So I'm trying to avoid that. But if I don't see it in the immediate vicinity, I might just have to do it. Okay. Yeah, let's land, and then we'll just do it the traditional way. Alright. So, even though... Okay, it's not even that far. Even though I'm not the first person to visit the system, I am the first person to visit this planet, so whoever that guy was that came here before obviously didn't land on the planet. Seeing some tunneling animals, might as well scan him while he's there. Some more credits for it. I don't know if I've showed you this yet, this deuterium. Once you collect that, you've got a jetpack boost. So use that to your full advantage. Unlimited jetpack for a short period of time. I'm supposed to be going this way. Don't want to get lost. Whoa! Almost crashed into that alien. Ah! It's right here in front of me. Didn't even see it. I'm seeing animals around, but I'm trying to scan them if I can. There's one. Doesn't seem like there's many animals. In case you haven't quite got the hang of scanning stuff, you can start the scan. Like if I aim at this animal and hit the trigger, I can move around while holding the trigger and it will still scan. Here's one way to learn the language of the dominant life form in your star system, are these artifact stones. Just interact with it. A little bit of dialogue. It resonates, producing a sound that fills my mind. A vision begins to take shape. The life form turns towards me. Light steams from their metal shell, forming a glowing fog. They gesture towards me. The name Korvax floats in my vision. A word in this alien tongue is seared in my brain. I learned the word for Korvax. So, yeah, you just learn new alien words by interacting with these. And they match whatever the dominant life form is of the star system. And now I interact here. The structure is unlike anything I've encountered so far. Everything about it is obviously alien, so obviously out of place. As I stare at it, words form themselves in my mind, a strange fragment of broken speech. Is it traveler? Is it friend? Pick what you want here. I don't think it's consequential. Feels strange responding to questions I'm unsure that I am being asked. Something has taken notice of my reply. I'm overwhelmed by a sense that something has awoken. Forms another question. Is it first? Is it last? It's first, right? I do not know how I'm being spoken to. This monolith is ancient, and I cannot escape the feeling it has asked these questions many times over. It asks again. Have they seen the Crimson Eye? Has the Crimson Eye seen them? Both, right? Likelihood of anomaly exceeds safety parameters. Breach detected. Alert! Alert! The boundaries fall. The walls collapse. Your universe awaits. Find us, traveler. Ooh, and they gave me a warp cell. Alright, make my way into space. Let's head back to my ship then. Looking for more animals to scan. It doesn't seem like there's many animals on this planet. Oh, by the way, obviously Y cycles through your multi-tool devices. This is the bolt caster. We're gonna push X to reload. Basically a plasma rifle, and this is what uses your projectile ammunition. So, yeah. What's this? Buried mineral. So these are the things I found on my home planet. Oh, I need to recharge my terrain manipulator. Hold on. Yeah, these buried mineral formations, if you harvest them, there's two. And then you get these crystal formations, or glowing minerals. Analyze them, and they turn into some sort of valuable commodity. Lemium, 25,000 each, and then gold nuggets. Put that in my starship once I get closer. Alright. Put the gold away, and the lemium, and the warp cell. I don't really care about the planetary chart right now, so that's probably the... Okay, so I gotta do this. Locate your benefactor. In space, use the galaxy map to search for clues. Alright, so I gotta get up in space. But before I do that, like I said, quick base computer. As long as I have the chromatic metal for it. So So I will claim the site. Okay, and interact with this again. And I'm not going to do much with this base, honestly. I'm just going to change the name, and it will be Life Sports. Move. Pulse. This tells me there's a life support module, life support upgrade, movement upgrade, and a pulse engine upgrade. Might as well use. Don't want it to be too ambiguous. And you know, just as a public service announcement. Okay, my base is too small anyway, but if you make a tiny base with a couple pieces and it's just for your own purposes, don't upload it to the server. Because you know, somebody else playing this might want to make a base there for their own purpose. Like if it's a tiny base just to know where upgrades are, or just to have a spot in a system that you can warp to, don't upload it to the server. If it's a big base that you spend a lot of time building and you want others to see and you're proud of it, then by all means upload it. Let us all see it. Wow, what is that weird looking thing? This planet's crazy. Alright, so at any point, I can teleport to this base because I know that this space station has those upgrade modules. I don't have the money for it right now. The nanites, I should say. But at least I know how to get there. Alright. Explore nearby planets or search in a new system. So I'm going to search in a new system. Oh, my base computer archives are available. What to do. Those are both good quests there. Let's do this one first. So I'm going to charge up my hyperdrive, the warp cell,
Technology recharge.
and then I'm going to check my galaxy map. And see what it says. Okay, no specific place, so I'm going to just pick another random system. I got bases on both of these. I don't think it really matters which system. Although, here's a piece of advice. Later on, we'll be able to see the types of economies and conflict levels and stuff like that just by glancing. Right now we can't. We don't have the technology for that. But if you're looking for a specific starship, chances are you'll find a fighter ship in a Viking system. Let's see. A Gek system you're more likely to find, I believe. A shuttle? Or a hauler. And I'm pretty sure the Korvax systems, like this one here, you'll more likely to find an explorer. Or maybe I have that backwards. If someone knows and I've said it wrong, just say so in the comments. Say, come on, you're being dumb, SOS. Alright, let's just go to a different random system. First contact. No one's been here before. So I'm gonna head to the space station first. There's some neat planets here. What's this one? Uh-oh, incoming message. Better answer it. Incoming transmission. You are not alone. Please identify yourself. I'm blank. I'll identify myself. I got nothing to be afraid of. left me blank. Why did you blank? I don't understand. Of course you'd say that. Of course you'd blank, just like the others. Who am I speaking to? No reply. The communicator falls silent, though the channel remains open. You notice too, it says comms override behind the dialog box. 16, 16, 16. Anyway, guess that's done. Oh, it gave me some coordinates to go to. Travel to the stranger's coordinates. I will do that, but first I'm going to check out the space station.
Hostile scan detected.
Uh-oh. Alright, so what you just briefly saw, though not much, is a hostile space scan. Basically, a pirate or somebody with ill intent tried to scan my cargo to see what goods I might have that he would want to take. When that happens, you'll see a communication come up, so you can answer it on your communicator. He will say, oh, maybe I'll wait and show you that next time it happens. First, I'll get my exosuit upgrade. Let's see what you're selling. Oh, shield, radiation protection, toxic protection, movement, and thermal protection. Oh, wow. So this is protection, basically. Protection modules. Exosuit. Protection modules. Let's see what this guy has for Starship. Launch thrusters and Starship shield. Launch thrusters I'm very interested in. Launch thrusters. What kind of multi-tool is this? Wow, Class S. Yeah, that's the best kind of multi-tool. That's great. And it will always be a Class S multi-tool here. But I don't have... Oh yeah, I do have the money. But it only has 20 slots. And my current multi-tool has way better damage potential. This one has an advanced mining laser. Decisions. I'm good for now. Oh, it's only 1 million for an exchange. Oh, that's so tempting. $1 million. Let's do it. Let's get ourselves a Class S multi-tool. Why not? We worked hard. I noticed it didn't have a bolt caster, so I'm going to store that. And I'm going to store the terrain manipulator. I don't think I had that either. I don't remember, but I don't care. I'm going to exchange it also. For only 1 million, why wouldn't I do that, right? There we go. New multi-tool. Class S. So here's something we haven't talked about. Supercharged slots. You'll find those occasionally in your exosuit or your starship or your multi-tool technology, and it basically enhances whatever is installed there. For example, this advanced mining laser does 15% faster mining speed. But if I put it in a supercharged slot, it goes up to 32%. The other thing we haven't really talked about, oh my gosh, this one's supercharged as well. That's silly. I'll put the scanner in there. Okay, the other thing we haven't talked about is when you group similar upgrades with the thing you're upgrading, if they're like next to each other or touching each other in your technology grid, you get more bonuses. In this case, I'm going to put this mining beam here. The better bonuses should be the closest. I'm going to put that one there. This is a low level upgrade to the mining beam. I'll keep it because it's here. But there's better ones out there, I'm sure. But because these are grouped together, they get even more bonus. Yeah, we'll leave that. Okay, that's it. So I want to remember that it's got hazard protection here. I might make a base. I'll hop down here, take a look at these ships. Look at that. Shuttle. Class C Explorer. Not great ships around here. Bunch of Vikings. Okay, I'm not seeing any special humanoid entities. Alright. Let's see what I can sell from my starship. Probably nothing. I'm not gonna... Actually, I may just sell this planetary chart and the Lemium. And then what can I buy? Ferrite dust. Always need ferrite dust. Residual goop now, but ionized cobalt. Sure, I'll buy that, and the ammonia and the silver. And I'll put the silver in my starship. Ooh, let me install these. Bolt caster. Put that in one of the supercharged slots. And then the terrain manipulator doesn't really get supercharged, so I'll just throw that anywhere. Nice. Forgot about that. Okay. Did I move the silver over? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Again, silver, gold, stuff I sell. Crafting ingredients usually go in the starship, and I keep the elements. I know gold, silver, those are elements too, and tritium, but they have different uses. They'll eventually stay in my exosuit cargo once I have enough cargo space, but that's something I don't have a lot of. Alright, let's check his map. Come on. So, purchase random map. And he gave me an alien, okay, artifact. That's a good one. So I'll save that in my starship. And now I'll show you the other way of knowing what's here for future reference is to rename the system. I'm gonna rename the system to as protection, launch, and alien map. There. Now, as you explore different star systems and planets and everything else, you will scan, you'll scan minerals and fauna and plants and all that. You get nanites for uploading those to the server, and you can do that all in one shot. With this button here, just highlight that and hold X, and you see I got 209 nanites. That's nothing to sneeze at. But you want to wait to do that until you've renamed the star system or planets to your liking, okay? Because once you upload the discovery, you can't change the name anymore. And I think you only have like a week to change things before it just automatically gets uploaded to the server. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna go to this signal. I don't need to put a base here because, like, if I want to come back here and buy those upgrade modules, because I can just, this space station will be named whatever I just named the star system. There's no need to like put a base to teleport to. I can just warp to the space station directly. That's my preferred way of doing it, although it's ugly. Like, I don't want the star system to be named something like that for everybody, but chances are no one else is gonna go there, so what does it matter? Alright, let's head to these strangers' coordinates and figure out what's going on. What's going on down there? While you're flying, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but left and right bumper can be used to change your pitch. You can roll. I don't want to make anyone dizzy. Ooh, this is a strange looking planet. What's this over here? This could be it. It looks like a crashed ship. Is this the signal? It is. Look into these things first. This is the largest planet I've ever been to so far. Got a microprocessor out of that. That's good. Sodium. I can't get into these cylindrical ones. I need a key of some sort. Nothing found. Let's access this damaged machinery. Get rid of this living slime. Nanite's good.
Toxic protection falling.
Let's see. There's some buried technology, so I'm gonna grab. Oh, I need to recharge.
Technology recharge.
I'm gonna grab this. Come on. Okay. Where's my ship? Oh, right here. I'm gonna put the... Oh no, I was close enough to my ship so the salvage data went in there already. Good, good, good. Cool. Alright, let's go check out this crashed ship. Do I have to repair it? Okay, sodium I have. Chromatic metal I have. That was easy. There are no signs of life, only the static of a broken communicator. Whatever message was once here has been scrambled. All I extract is the pilot's name, Artemis. Whoever they were, they are long gone. The only other uncorrupted data is a set of plans, an upgrade for my mining beam. That's good that I got that. I already have it, though. Thankfully. So, it wants me to install that, but I have already done that. Now it's telling me about the terrain manipulator mode. Okay. So now, search for clues about Artemis. You can go into this ship, or you can interact with it, I should say. And it will show you the ship. Basically, this is a great way of, A, adding to your fleet of ships, or B, making money, because if you take the time to repair the ship, it's yours. You can keep it. You don't lose your other ship. You can have up to 9, I believe, starships that you can swap between. But right now, I'm gonna compare. And now I can just look through the cargo and the technology of both. But I'm just gonna go ahead and claim the ship. And now I can get in.
Shield down.
And this is my ship. It's nothing to brag about because it's in pretty rough shape. But I can repair all of these things one at a time to make it functional. Like these cargo spots. I can only use, a handful of them. But all of these red squares are extra cargo spots I could use if I repaired that element. It would take a lot of time and a lot of resources, but really what I'm concerned about right now is the launch thruster, because I want to get this thing off the ground, and the pulse engine, because I want to get it, flying. So I need a hermetic seal and a metal plate. Craft those and put those in the... No. Put those in the pulse engines. Okay. And the other thing to get it flying is the launch thruster. I have enough pure ferrite, but I needed a hydrogen jelly. Alright, let's get those installed. There we go. See, it's not smoky anymore. The ship is functional. Also missing a shield. So... see, this illegal, this is a upgrade. It's hard to tell. Some things are like... Yeah, some things you have to repair. They're broken. Other things are actually upgrades you can just dismantle. And, like this, I can, if I hold right stick, it goes away and I get those materials back. So I'm gonna put those in my exosuit. Same with the photon cannon. Like if I don't want to keep that, I can get rid of it and I get the materials back used to craft it. Even the hyperdrive? No, not the hyperdrive. I can repair the shield. I don't have to, but I might as well in case I run into some trouble and it's making noise that's annoying. There we go. Yeah, this is a fully functional ship. Class C fighter, just like mine. It's got more cargo spots, but they're all broken, so it doesn't really do me too much good. But, yeah, if I want to, I can fly this ship as my new ship. Incoming message. Well, okay. Artemis, we received your signal. Is it first? Is it last? I think I'm Artemis. Time for truth. You have the signal, but you are not Artemis. I will tell the truth. Your signal is familiar. We have been in contact before, I think. This would be a good time to come aboard, yes? A proper introduction to our home. Okay. I agree with you, but aren't you supposed to do something? Oh. Signal detected. Anomaly. Board the anomalous space station. Alright. So, that was supposed to pop into existence right in front of you after that message. For some reason, that didn't happen. But here it is. So, they want us to board. This is a space station of some kind, it looks like. I'm on the wrong side of it, though. There we go. This must be huge, because I am not getting any closer to it, it feels like. There we go. Space anomaly. So, the first thing you'll notice in this space anomaly, and by the way, we're gonna wrap it up right around here, but just a few things about the space anomaly. You're gonna see a lot of people flying around. Right? I've got multiplayer on, so these are all real players playing the game. I can interact with them if I want, invite them to a group. I can give them stuff, they can give me stuff. And this is kind of the hub for the multiplayer aspects of the game. It's the same for everybody, so no matter where all of these other players are across the galaxy, or across other galaxies, if they come into this space station, the space anomaly, it's the same. It's one room for all of us to kind of hang out in. Okay. So my mission is to go up there and talk to the person that invited me. But I am going to get into that on the next episode. So for now, I'm just going to hop in my ship, make that restore point, and actually, you know what? No. Let's do the first. No, I'm sorry. I just kind of want to get rid of this ship, or not save in the space anomaly, but it's all right. We'll save in the space anomaly. Not a big deal. Okay. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 2. We're going to get into what this space anomaly is. We're going to talk to the guy over there. We'll learn a little bit about who we are and what we're doing. And do some more exploration across space. But hope you enjoyed. I've been SOS. Please leave a like if you enjoyed watching. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And leave some comments. Tell me what you like about the series so far, what you want to see next episode, that kind of thing. But in the meantime, we will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.